Hey, welcome to my channel, one and all. Today's topic, even though it's a little bit of Monday quarterbacking, even though there's still one more game to go, just calling out, or not calling out, but basically recapping basically some of my picks from I did about, it looks like maybe 5 days ago about the wild card playoffs. I did say that San Francisco is going to beat out the Seattle Seahawks, that New York would beat out Minnesota. I said that Buffalo would beat Miami. Granted, it was a close one. I didn't think it was going to be that close. And I did say that Jacksonville was going to upset the Chargers. So basically, my two upsets, which I said was New York and Jacksonville, they actually turned out to be true. Now, Cincinnati and Baltimore, that was a close game. I mean, I kind of anticipated that. I think I said Buffalo and Miami. I said if Tua was going to play, it might be a close game. Tua didn't play, and it turned out to still be a close game. Now the real question comes down to is Buffalo and not Buffalo, sorry, Tampa Bay and Dallas. The real question is who's going to win that game. I did call out today that time saying Dallas was going to win, so it looks like I still have a feeling that Dallas will still eke out a win for today's playoff. So let's see what happens. But if you saw my prior video where I made my wild card playoff predictions, which I actually have in an Excel file, I did say San Francisco, New York, Dallas, Buffalo, Cincy, and Jacksonville would win. And out of those, one, two, three, four, five, out of those five, out of the six that I've played so far, all five are so far true. Let's see if my sixth prediction comes out to be true. Of note, for you Giants fans out there, it's usually every what it is like in the past recent weeks or past recent years, a few years now since 2002, I want to say. It seems like it's been an all or nothing approach basically, where if they win the wild card, then they go on and win on, then they go on and win the rest. If they lose, well, of course they lose out. Like the wild card, they don't go advance. And like if they never didn't play in the wild card because they had a bye, and they lose, they don't win out at that point. So it looks like it's a basically saying basically if they win one game and then they lose the next game, that hasn't happened. It's always either lose the first game that first playoff game they play, or win the first playoff game and then they seem to win on the rest. So hopefully, let's see. History repeats itself. That's what I'm hoping, anyways. If history can repeat itself, I think that was the same thing in 2000. Yeah, so 2000 as well. Oh well, outside of the fact that they lost the Super Bowl, but I mean they did go to the Super Bowl in 2000. But first game they played, they went on and went into the Super Bowl. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully, history repeats itself. Where if they win, they go on and win the Super Bowl. So knock on wood for that. The other question comes down to is Jacksonville. I mean, honestly, it's going to be Buffalo and Cincinnati the next playoff game. Let's see what happens there. New York is playing against Philadelphia. I hate to say it though. As a Giants fan, as I said earlier, like it's all or nothing approach with them. I think because it's under the new regime of Dayball, I have a feeling that it's not something the Giants are going to do. I don't think they're going to pull off a win out of Philadelphia. I'd love to see them do it, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Jacksonville, though, depending on who they play, I think they play against the Chiefs. It's a possibility that they could beat out the Chiefs because I know Buffalo and Cincinnati are playing against each other. So let's see what happens there. I don't know between Buffalo and Cincinnati what's going to happen there. I think the teams have got to adjust a little bit now at this point as well too. Same thing with Jacksonville and the Chiefs. I think the Jaguars will not beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are too good in this situation. The Jacksonville got really lucky, specifically even the fact that Lawrence threw four interceptions, which was a complete shock and surprise. I think it was one of his worst games ever, or second worst games ever, and still came back and won. So that only says something about the Jacksonville Jaguars defense at that point. But in reality, uh, with Kansas City, if Lawrence does the exact same thing again, like makes mistakes, the Chiefs are not gonna gonna let that slip away. They are gonna capitalize it, and I don't think they're gonna let anything go wrong at this point. I mean, like Mahomes is too good at this one as well too. So I think Jacksonville will definitely lose. The Giants, like I said, I would love to see them win against the Eagles, but honestly, if Hurts is back and their defense is in play, I don't think the Giants will be able to beat out the Eagles for that matter. But with that, I'll leave it at that and leave it there. please subscribe. As I say in all my videos, and if I hit 1 million, I'll do a trending dance live. One of the trending dances that's popular at that moment in time. At the same time as well too, please leave a comment, feedback, or such, or a question related to the content. I will try to. I do look at my comments. I do look at my comments when I see them, and I do try to respond to them. So please, you're welcome to please leave a comment, and I'll try to read up to them at that point. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Until next time, unfiltered, unedited, and unrehearsed.